Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Sandwich Shop and it's by Arc the Locks. And here are the rules. We have normal 9x9 Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which is a box. We also have arrows indicate the sandwich sum after the arrow. The sum, that is the sum of the digits between 1 and 9. If there are multiple 1s or 9s in the sandwich, it counts the largest possible sandwich following the arrow. So you could have something like along here, you have 1, 2, 1, I don't know, 8, 9. How much does this add up to right now? 3, 8. So this would be 1 and 9. So when you read this, you look at the largest sandwich you can make, which would be this 1 and 9, and you would add the digits in between those to add up to 21. So if this were the case here, this would satisfy it, right? 2, 1, 3. 2, 1 adds up to 3, plus 8 is 11, plus 9 and 1 is 10. So 11 plus 10 is 21. So in this case, it would basically, instead of looking at the smallest one, it would look at the largest one that the sandwich is looking at, on diagonal specifically. Because in rows and in columns, you can't have multiple 1s and 9s, but on long diagonals, you can. So that's why you look at the largest possible sandwich possible on diagonals. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get... Why is there an arrow here? Oh, because this also marks a sandwich clue. Interesting. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So, to add up to 21, you could have 3 unique digits. Actually, let's look at the 18. The 18 is probably the best one. Because on 18, we know for certain you cannot have 2 digits adding up to 18. Because 2 digits adding up to 18 would be 8 and 8 at most, which is 16. So it has to be 3 digits in between. Therefore, this is a crust and this is a crust here. These cannot be, well, they could be crusts actually. Because, but we know one of these is a crust and this is a crust. And these must add up to 18. Actually, I guess it could be 2. It could be 9 and 9. But if it were 9 and 9, say this was 9, 9, I guess this could be 999. Ooh, that is tough. Oof. So one of them has to be 1. The other has to be a 9. So this is actually not 3 necessarily. We don't know. It could be 1999, right? It cannot be 91. Can't be 99, obviously, because those are in the same column. So at least one of these two is a crust. At least one of these two is a crust. But if it went 1999, so okay, it could go. It's either 3 digits in between, or it's like 1999. So you could, if you had 1999 here, the problem is these 2 digits would not have the 1 and the 9 in column 5 would not have 0 in between, right? Because this would not be a crust. So it cannot be 1999. It could be 1999 here. Either way, this is a crust. We know that for certain. Because either this is 1 and this is 99, and then we have a 9 here, or it's different between those two, right? And these three add up to 18. Okay. Um, if this were 1 and 9, hmm. Uh, it could be 1999. We know these 2 digits can never be crust because this must have 12 in between, and that's at least 2 digits. It could be 3 digits here. It can never be 4 digits in between. Because if you have 4 digits in between, that's a minimum of 2, 3, 4, and 5 adding together, which is 14. So none of these are crusts. This is a crust. One of these two is a crust. Um, 21 has to be at least 3 digits along the diagonal, but we don't have anything else. Two along a diagonal, 8 along a diagonal could be a single digit. 2 has to be a single. Actually, that's not true. 2 could be 2 digits. So it's either a single digit or 2 digits in between. Oh, wait. This is 5 in between. This is a 5, saying that there's a sum of 5 in between the 1 and 9 in this row. Doesn't this have to match? It has to match, right? Because this is saying it's only 5 in between the whole row. This is saying it's between just this, but it should be the same, right? Even if this were not a 5, this has to be a 5, yeah. And this is not a crust. It can't be 1 in between, because that wouldn't match. So this is 5 also. This, okay, so this cannot, neither of these can be, this has to have 11 between the crust. So these cannot be crust, and this cannot be crust. So the crust is either here, 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 or here. We're not sure which. Um... If the crust is here, and we're adding up these digits. That means this would have to be the crust with it, which means this is not crust. This would have to be crust. It doesn't tell us anything. It could still be 1999. If this is 9, okay, so this has to have 2 digits in between to add up to 5, because this 5 obviously can't be in between anymore, right? So what does that mean then? If this is a 9, that would mean it's 2, 3, and this would have to be 1. So if this is 1999, so 1999 is a possibility. Then this is 9, obviously. This would have to have a 2 and 3 in between, and that would be 1. Otherwise, these two are both the crust. Therefore, none of these could be the crust. How does that work? So if it's crust here, that means crust has to be here, which means there is no longer crust in that box because we have 2 crusts. 1 and 9 are already accounted for. How do you add up to 5 then here? You can't, right? These two have to have 1 in between, but we already have the 5 outside. And this can't add, this adds up to at least 2, 3, and 4, which is 9. So this cannot be the crust then. It does have to be 1999 here. So this is 1, 9, 9, and 9. 9 cannot be here, so this is not crust, which means this is crust. Which means one of these two is crust, which means we cannot have crust anywhere else. This can't be crust because we need 2 digits adding up to 5. These are not crust. This is a 2, 3 pair. This is 1. One of these two is a crust, so the rest of this box cannot be crust. This is a 1. It can't be crust this way because it must add up to 17. So these can't be crust. One of these 3 is a crust. Actually, we have in box 8 the full crusts. This can't be 1 or 9, so neither of these can be crusts. So it has to be one of these two as a crust here, as a 9. So this one, it could be 911 something. It cannot be here. So this can't be crust. Because if it's crust, these two add up to at least 3, right? 1 and 2, technically. So this can't be crust. None of these can be crust along this diagonal. Therefore, it's either crust here, and this is 1, 1. Or this is 1, and that's crust, and this is 2. So either way, this is crust. I think it has to be a 9, right? If it's 1, I don't think that works, right? 1, yeah, this would be 2 at least. 2 and 1 adds up to 3 with the 9. So that doesn't work. This has to be 9 and 1. Therefore, the crust must be here. That's 9. It must be at least 2 digits. It cannot be 4. So none of these are crusts. It has to be crust here, which means this is not crust. This is 1. None of these are crust because we have 2 crusts in the column now. This is 9 here. This can't be crust because if it were crust, the problem is this would be, actually it could be. This could be crust here. We don't know. This has 5 here. This cannot be crust because this is at minimum 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2. So this cannot be crust. Crust is one of those two. We're not sure which. So this could be crust and this could be 1, 1. This has to have 21 in between, so neither of these are crusts, which means one of these two has to be crust. This can't be crust because it only has one digit in between, so this must be crust here. So this has to be 1. This has to add up to 17 at least. It could be 4 digits. It cannot be 5. It could be 3 digits, 4 digits. It cannot be 5. So neither of these are crust. This can't be crust because of we have both crusts in box 1. This can't be crust, same reasoning. One of these is 9. We need a 1 in one of these. If this were a crust, could have a 7 in between, maybe. To add up to 18, we have to have 3 digits in between the crusts. So it has to be here, this is a crust, and this is a crust. So this is 9, and this is 1, this is 9. So this can't be a crust anymore. So this must not be a crust, it has to be a 2. In between this, these 1 and 9. So this can't be crust, therefore this must be crust here, and it must be a 9, so this is 5 adding up. This is not a crust, so this has to be a crust here, and this must be the 9. 1 has to be either of these, this can't be crust. We have 17 adding in between this 1 and 9. This is 2. This must be crust here, because otherwise we don't have a crust that fits 21. So this is a 1, because that's the only crust possible. This can't be crust. This can never be 9, so this can't be crust, because it would be between... I don't even know. I guess that would be 9 and that one. That would be fine, I guess. This is not guaranteed to be crust then. This is 0. This adds up to 7. It's either 2, 5, or 3, 4. And this can't be 2, so this can't be 5. This adds up to 17. This adds up to 17. This adds up to 12. It could be 4, 8, or 5, 7 here. Adding up to 12. This is 11 here. It's 2, 3, 6, or 2, 4, 5. It cannot be 2, 4, 5. Therefore, it's 2, 3, 6 here. Adding up to 11. That leaves the rest of the column as 4, 7, 8. In between these digits must be 21. It can only be 6, 7, and 8, which eliminates 6, 7, and 8 in the rest of the column. This can't be 7 or 8, so this can't be 4 or 5. To add up to 12 in the row. That means this must be 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Well, none of these could be 5. So we have a 2, 3, 4 triplet in column 2 and a 6, 7, 8 triplet in column 2. That leaves this as a 5. So this is 5 and 7 added together. This can't be 7. To add up to 12. This 2, 3, 4 triplet eliminates 2, 3, and 4 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 4. We have a 7, 8 pair now in column 1, which eliminates 7 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this is 4. This has to be a 1, 6 pair here. We're not sure which is which here. This adds up to 12 here. Oh, yeah, it could have been 3, 4, 5 here. Oh, no, this is 11. Never mind. 2, 3, 6. Yeah. 12, it has to have a 6, 7, or 8. Because of that, it must have a 2 within it, right? It could be 2, 4, 6. Well, let's start with 8. 8 would require... 8 doesn't work. If we try to have an 8 here, that would have to require a 1 and a 3 here, but we can't have that. So this can't be 8. If it's 7, it's 2 and 3. If it's 6, it's 2 and 4. So either way, there has to be a 2 here. Okay. 4 has to be one of these two digits. So this cannot be 4 here. Oh, we couldn't have a 4 anyways because this was 4. So neither of these are crust. This could be crust and the 6 could be, or it would be 8 there if that were the case. Or these two add up to 8, we're not sure. Oh, wait, no. This adds up to 8 no matter what. This is the largest sandwich. So it could be 1, 7 here, 1, 7, 2, 6. But this can't be 2, so this can't be 6. Or this can't be 2 then. So this can't be 6. Or it's 3, 5. Adding up to 8, right? 1, 7, 3, or 5. Adding up to 8 between those. Because it's the largest sandwich, and this is the largest sandwich guaranteed. This would not be the largest sandwich, so it's basically in between here is 21. Okay. This can't be 2 because one of these has to be 2 here, so therefore it can't be 2, 6. This can't be 2, so it can't be 2, 6 that way. If it's 1 and 7, 1 has to be here, and that's 7, otherwise 3, 4. Sorry, 3, 5 here. Where's the 5 in row 3? Can't be here because of the 5 in the box. Can't be here because of the 5 in the box. It must be here. So this is 5 and 2. Where is a 2 then in box 6? Can't be here because of the 2 in the column. Can't be here because of the 2 in the column. Can't be here because of the 2 in the row, so this must be a 2. This adds up to 17 here, which means on the outside adds up to 35 minus 17, which is 18. You cannot have a 2 on the outside. 2, 7, and 8 adds up to at most 17, and 35 minus 17 would be 18. Excuse me. So this can never be a 2. So 2 is on the inside here somewhere. We have a 5, so the other two digits must add up to 10. So it's either 4, 6, or it's 3, 7. Therefore, you always have an 8 on the outside. Right? So, right, 2, 5 adds up to 7. 17 minus 7 is 10. So the other two digits must add up. So it's either, again, we have a 2 in one of these, and then it must be 3, 7. And this can't be 7. 4, 4, 6. And this can't be 6 because of this 1, 6 pair in the column. This can't be 2 either because of the 2, 5 pair. We have a 3, 6 pair in column 1 and box 1, which eliminates 3 and 6 in the rest of the column and the rest of the box. This can't be 6, so this is 8, so which means this can't be 8. This can't be 3 or 6 here, so this must be 2, which makes this a 3, which makes this a 2. So this must be 2, 3, and 7 adding up to 12. Therefore, this can't be 7, this is 6. This can't be 3, and this can't be 2. So we have a 2, 4 pair here in column 3. That leaves the rest of the digits as 5 and 8. This 3 means this can't be 3, and the 7 means this can't be 7. So this is 5, which makes this 3, which means this adds up to 8. This is not a 1, so this is crust here, which means this can't be crust. That forces this to be crust here. None of these are crusts. So this is 1. This is 1. That means this can't be 1. This is 6. This is 1. This is crust then. And this is not. So the rest of row 5 is 4, 6, and 8. Okay. So you have an 8 outside of this sandwich. So that means the other two digits must add up to 10. No, 9. Right? So it must be, because you cannot have an 8 with 3 other digits, with one of them being 5, adding up to 17. Right? 17 minus 5 is 12. That means 3 unique digits must add up to 12. And 8 can't be there without a 1. So 8's outside. Since 8's outside, that means it adds up with the other digits. So it's 8, 3, 7. So this is 8 and 7. That would be 3. Or 8, 4, 6, adding up to 18 on the outside. This 2 eliminates 2 here. So this is 3, which makes this 2. That means this can't be 3. So this is 2 and 5 with 4 and 6, or 3 and 7. If this is 2, 4, 6, 5, adding up to 17, this could be 2, 4, 4, 6, and that's 2, 4, 6. If this is 7 with 2 and 3, this can never be 7. This would have to be the 3. Okay, so we've got, okay, so what's done? This adds up to 11. That's good. Oh, these 3 digits must add up to 18 without a 2 or a 6. I think we have to guarantee an 8 then, right? Because if you don't have 8, that's 4, 5, and 7, which adds up to 16. Yeah, so you have to have an 8 in between. So 8 cannot be outside. So this is 5, which makes this 8. 8 has to be inside. You also have to have 7 now, because if you don't have a 7, you have at minimum 3, 4, and 8. So this must be 8, 7, and 3, adding up to 18, which means this must be a 4. So this can't be 4 here. Right, 3, 7, 8 adds up to 18. This can't be 4. Well, this is the 6 or 7 here, which means this can't be 6 or 7. This is 2, 3, or 4. This adds up to 17, and one of these must be an 8. So the other digits must be 17 minus 8, which is 9. You can't have 2 or 4, so it must be 3, 6, and 8, adding up to, right? You can't have 1, 8 with 8. You can't have 2, 7 because of the 2 in the box. You can't have 4, 5. It must be 3, 6, and 8. So this must be 3, 6, and 8 here. This can't be 3 or 8, so this is 6, which makes this 8, which makes that 3. This can't be 3. Therefore, we have a 2, 4 pair here, which eliminates 2 and 4 in the rest of the row. This can't be 4. This becomes a 7, 8 pair. So that's 15. This 2, 4 pair with the 5 adds up to 11. 17 minus 11 is 6. So this is 6. This can't be 6. This is 3. That's 6. 2 eliminates 2 here. It's 4 and 2, which makes this 4. Where is the 2 in column 6? Can't be here because of the 2 in the box. Everything else is filled out, so this is a 2. This can't be 2 here because of the 2 in the row. This can't be 2 or 3 because of the 2 or 3 in the row. So this is 4, this is 3, this is 2. Okay, so we have 11 filled out here. This can't be 3 because of the 3 in the row. This becomes a 7, 8 pair. That eliminates 7 and 8 in the rest of the box. So we've got this 11 filled. We've got this 18 filled. We've got this 18 filled. 21's working here. This is 2 and 6. So this is 8. That means this must add up to 13. Can't be 4, 7, can't be 4, 8. It must be 6 and 7. So this is 6, this is 7, which makes this 8. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 8 and 7. 6 eliminates 6 here, so that's 4. So we have now the 21 here and 21 here. 8 we have done. 0 is done. 2 is done. 5 is done here and here. 12 is done here. 7's done here. 17 is done here. And 12 is done here. So we've finished all the sandwich clues, so that we now just have to do normal Sudoku. In row 6, we have 5 and 7 remaining. This can't be 5 because of the 5 in the column, so this is 7, this is 5. In column 4, we have, 7 and 8 remaining. This can't be 7 because of the, this can't be 8 because of the 8 in the column, in the row, so this is 7, this is 8. That leaves this as a 3, and this must be 8 here. The rest of column 5 is 4 and 6. This can't be 6 in the row, so this must be 4, which makes that 6. Column 6, we're missing 5 and 7. Either of those could be there. Column 7, we're missing 4 and 7. This can't be 4, so this must be because of the 4 in the row. So this is 7, this is 4. Row 1, we're missing 3 and 6. Either of these could be 3 or 6. Row 7, we're missing 6 and 8. This can't be 8 because of the 8 in the column, so this is 6, this is 8. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 3 and 6. That leaves this as a 4. We are missing a 3 and a 5 in column 9. This can't be 3 because of the 3 in the row, so this is 5. This is 3. 5 eliminates, that's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we know we're getting close to solving it. This 8 eliminates 8 here. It's 7 and 8. 7 eliminates 7 here. It's 5 and 7. And that's the solution. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, it was, that was interesting, actually. I'm not that used to diagonal sandwiches, so that was rather interesting of what they could be. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.